pictures, the stories, your world. This is News 8 at 5.
Meanwhile, a man accused of strangling a La Jolla investor made his first court appearance today. Prosecutors say Kent Keigwin murdered 65-year-old John Watson, all for financial gain, and stole millions of dollars. News 8's Phil Blauer is live downtown with the day in court. Phil?
Well, Craig, it took San Diego police about 6 weeks to put together their case against Kent Keigwin. The 59-year-old, who is facing now a first-degree murder charge, was denied bail at a Superior Court arraignment earlier this morning.
Enters not guilty, please denies all allegations.
Former accountant Kent Keigwin showed no emotion as he heard the charges he's facing for the death of La Jolla investor John Watson last month.
The victim was killed in his own home. Near the doorway, there was a struggle. The victim was tasered and eventually strangled.
Prosecutors say the 59-year-old transferred more than $7 million from one of the 65-year-old's investment accounts into a new account he opened in Watson's name. They also say he came back to the crime scene with the victim's keys right into the arms of homicide investigators who were looking for clues.
He was dressed all in black. He had an empty backpack. It only had a couple bags in it, empty bags. And he was surprised by homicide detectives at the scene who wanted to know why he was there, and he had absolutely no good reason for being there.
Something was amiss.
Barry Kassar is a longtime friend of John Watson's who suspected the victim's finances had been tampered with when he looked around Watson's residence. Police then followed a trail of transfers right to Kent Keigwin, who allegedly been very busy trying to set up his own financial future.
He used falsified documents out of John's wallet to prove his ID at this local brokerage, all of which is on videotape. So I think the financial side of things are pretty clear-cut.
Kassar, who's a retired ophthalmologist, says he believes Keigwin nearly got away with the murder scot-free.
We prevented the near-perfect crime. I suspect that by the Friday, he would have had his money in the local bank account. He would have transferred the money to wherever, and he would have been at the airport.
And what about the possible penalty of either life in prison or death that's facing the man who allegedly killed one of his best friends?
And I'd like to, give this man his day in court before we condemn him forever.
In 2008, John Watson became involved in Tech Coast Angels. That is a local investment group which provides money to startup companies. New at 6:30. We'll hear from the president of that organization, get his take on what happened in court today. Craig, back to you.
All right, thanks, Phil. Kent Keigwin's bail review is set for August 4th. His preliminary hearing will be held on August 24th. The DA will decide whether or not to seek the death penalty at a later date.